Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dice by the Sword. It is Sunday, and we are back with Nyxalia and Aetherbound Saga. Let's go! Let's go, let's go. Hello, Royal Butler. Hello, Madam Chaos, and hello, Ali Hull. Welcome in. It is Sunday. We are back. It's been a month since we played in this campaign, but we are back, and we are all excited. We have our usual suspects -1. Unfortunately, we do not have a Dan with us this evening. He was getting his beard braided, and there was a whole mix-up in schedules.
Happens.
It happens. We forgive him. It's absolutely fine. We just think that, you know, come next week, if Ulrich dies again, we just act as if, oh no, it was story reasons, and definitely not because you missed last week's session. Anyway, hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome in, Droopy Claws. Hello, hello. I hope everyone's doing well. As I say, we're back for the Nyxalia campaign. How are you guys around the table feeling?
Yeah, so good.
No.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Luke? Excellent. So, as always, before we get into the Dungeons and Dragons portion of the live stream tonight, we're going to go through some announcements. Now, this might be a little bit longer than usual because we have quite a bit to get through and some exciting stuff that we want to talk about. We'll get through the usual stuff, so if you haven't already, then you can check out all the stuff for Dice by the Sword at dicebythesword.com. And there's a little link there to the merch store, and you can get some really cool merch from us. There's loads of stuff on the merch page at the minute. We've got brand new stuff that we've not even announced on social media. We've just released it. So head over to the merch store. You're going to see all the new designs. We've got some new stuff in the works as well, which we'll be releasing soon. So yeah, if you want to support us, you can head over to the merch store. Another way you can support us is by hitting that subscribe button. It's the purple button below our faces and this like kind of box. It's down there. You can click that, and that helps support the channel, and all the proceeds from subscriptions and merch and all the rest of it goes towards helping with the production value and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to support us, do that. You do not have to subscribe, by the way. You can just sit here and watch us every week. That's more than enough support for us. But if you are a little bit cash strapped at the moment, then you can link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account and you can get 1 free subscription a month. Again, you can spend it here or elsewhere. But if you didn't know about that, that's a really cool thing you can do. So go do that. As always, if you do miss any sessions, whether it was the Rift Together free shot that we've just ran, or any of the previous episodes from this campaign, you can check them all out on our YouTube channel. We release the VODs twice a week, so we break down these sessions into 2 parts, and we release them on a Tuesday and a Thursday. And then every Friday, we have a lovely little ASMR-style shorter recap that, if you haven't got enough time to sit through a few hours of D&D, then you can quickly catch up on the events of the previous session in ASMR style. It's like a little bedtime story. They're really, really cool, and they release on Fridays on YouTube. We are going to be looking at releasing them in podcast form as well soon. Ali Hall, thank you very much for the subscription. 3 months. 3 months subscribed. Love that. Love that. Yes, we are going to be looking at releasing all episodes, the full form in podcast version, in audio format for your ear holes. And we're also going to release the ASMR style bedtime stories in podcast form soon. We're trying to figure that out because we want to make sure it's on as many platforms as possible. So we're in the process of sorting that out. Another way you can support us as well, we have got a Patreon. If you want to go over to the Patreon, the link will be in chat in just a moment. Thank you very much, Luke. By all means, head over to Patreon. You can support us there as well. Cool. So now comes the fun bit. We're going to talk about all the things that we've got in the pipeline, all the things that we have in the next few months that we are going to be doing. And the next thing, and it's quite an important thing because we've been working on this for the last 2 months, if not longer, we are going to a convention at the end of the month. And to tell you all about it, including all the stuff that we're going to be doing there, is Jack.
All right, so we'll be going to the UK Game Expo, which is going to be happening 13th May to 2025 to the 1st of June, I think. Yeah, I think so. It will be situated in
Birmingham.
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 Birmingham, yeah. So you can meet us there. You can talk to us, find us there. Pretty much talk with us, and of course, we're going to have a wonderful interview with the one, true and only Lou Gygax as well. How was that, Dan?
That was good. That was really good, dude. That was
Amazing.
not planned. I just kind of dropped that on Jack. That was amazing. Well done, dude.
Really, like,
Well done, Luke.
Well done, man. Well done.
Jack.
Proud of you, bro.
Well done.
Literally, the last second, I was just googling UK Game Expo, like all the information.
So a few other things. There are a few panels that we're going to be involved in. We are running some games there. It's a 3-day event, and if you've got some spare time at the end of the month and you want to buy a day ticket, there are tickets still available on the UKGE website, so you can just type into Google UKGE and find tickets there, and you can come and see us. If you do want to meet us while we're at the event, then by all means shoot us a message on social media over the weekend, and we will send you our location, and you can come and harass us and ask me all about like campaign stuff, or just give Joe a hug because she looks like she needs one.
Don't do that.
Cool.
Do that. Thank you.
As well as UKGE, we have some other cool things in the pipeline. So, are you interested in a sort of a monster hunting campaign, a guild-inspired Witcher-style monster hunting one-shot?
Yes, we are.
Good, because that is in the works, as I have had confirmation this week of a collaborative one-shot that is going to be run in the summer, where we have had confirmation from people from RP Geeks. We have Emily, who has agreed to join us from RP Geeks for a 3-session one-shot. We have Chloe from Deck of Many Aces, who is going to be joining us. And we also have Jordan from Modified Roll, who are going to join us for a 3-part one-shot in the summer. We have yet to decide kind of schedule-wise as to whether that is at the beginning of August or at the end, but it is going to be a Witcher-style monster hunting guild-inspired 3-shot where there is going to be wholly inspired by Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting. If you haven't checked that out, it's from a little company called Loot Tavern. It has currently been backed fully on Kickstarter, and I have had the privilege of getting my hands on the PDF early, so I'm going to be running that. So you might see a couple of familiar faces from Dice by the Sword, but it is going to be a monster hunting inspired little 3-shot, which is going to be really, really cool. Little collaborative shot there. Later on in the year, there are other conventions that we're going to be going to as well, namely Dragon Meet is going to be one, and we also have some other very exciting news because one of the members here is going to be doing something very, very cool in the next couple of months. If you are familiar with UK festivals, then you may have heard of the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. And one of our members is going to be doing something really cool. Aren't you, Joe?
That's me.
Yeah, what are you going to be doing, man?
So Tartan Tabletop have invited me to join one of their shows. So I will be in the Edinburgh Fringe Festival on the 19th of August. And I will be starring as one of their little NPCs. And I'm super excited about it. And I'm also shitting my pants.
Cool. So there's lots of things going on in the world of Dice by the Sword. So I think that pretty much wraps up all our announcements for the evening. So without any further ado, let's play some D&D, folks. How does that sound?
Hell yeah!
Good. Right. Well, if you haven't already, now is the time. Get yourselves a drink. Go and get yourselves nice and snuggled up on your sofa. Get us on a big screen. Grab the popcorn. Get yourselves ready as we dive into this week's episode of Dice by the Sword. Have fun.
The long road to adventure is never paved so clean. Spells and fists are sometimes used, others make a scene. So grab your gear, the game's begun. A tale of triumph for everyone. One roll can go and seal your fate. A crit or fail, it's never too late. Blades and spells, the dice decide. Hold your breath, it's a wild ride. We come together every week to see where we will go. And when we strike, you bet your life will crush our evil foes. We're adventurers. Ancient fiends will cast them out. We're adventurers. You'll never have any doubt. Dungeon delving monster chasing, finding a hidden hoard. Just remember who we are, we're Dice by the Sword.
Welcome back. Our story began not with triumph, but with escape. See, deep beneath the earth, within the cold stone veins of Blackfall Quarry, the party were prisoners, beaten, bound, and broken by the relentless will of the Ironshade Consortium. They worked them to the edge of death, mining the strange glowing material they called aether, blind to the cost that it took on the land and on the soul. But fate turned with the aid of a defiant soul named Kaelin Thorne. They made their break. Steel met flesh, fire met air, and as the alarms screamed and the mountains shook, they fled into the mountains, chased by arrows and hounds and something darker still. Through frigid winds and mountain passes, their escape nearly claimed them, but it led them to a quiet town of Whistlestone, where their story truly began. But that is where they met people worth fighting for. A gruff captain with a noble heart, a mayor holding on with grit and by a thread, a temple full of wounded, afraid, and the whispers of Ironshade's reach stretching even here. They stayed, they healed, they built trust, but peace did not last long. Gnolls, savage and clever, threatened the outlying farms. They tracked them, fought them, and uncovered that they were not acting alone. Someone or something had twisted their minds and left sigils behind. When they returned to Whistlestone, the storm had finally broke. The Ironshade Consortium attacked. It was quick, coordinated, and ruthless. Fires tore through the streets, soldiers in red cloaks marched through homes, people were taken, shackled, and dragged into the dark. And Torvik Emberforge, the town's blacksmith and friend to the party, was unfortunately found dead in his shop. But Whistlestone did not fall. Not yet. And they began their investigation. They uncovered the truth. The attack was a harvest, a calculated strike to capture the labourers of Ironshade's deeper excavation. Captured labourers for Ironshade's deeper excavation into Blackfall Quarry. The party found Eliza Harrowbrook, the town's hidden mayor, and convinced her to stand tall again. There, the party found allies, rebuilt defences, and they went back to the quarry. With Captain Torren and a band of brave souls, they launched a final assault, not as prisoners this time, but as liberators. They fought through corrupted terrain, through aether-warped abominations and armed defenders, and there they found Varric Bloodscale, the Consortium's brutal foreman, and faced him in the heart of the mine. He fell, and unfortunately Ulrich fell with him. But the story for him didn't end there, as at the base of the World Tree, in a realm beyond time, Ulrich faced a trial of self. And when he rose again, it was with a new name. A given name. The Wanderer. And with a deeper purpose he is yet to understand. Meanwhile, Peanuts drew into a mystic dream walk, encountered Vixandra, a presence cloaked in riddles and somewhat cruelty, who whispered truths. Hard truths from beyond the veil. In the wreckage of Varric's office, the party found more than victory. They uncovered a crimson ledger with a list of names and transactions tying powerful families to the Ironshade's web. And they also found a prototype aether weapon, one that may be a glimpse of horrors yet to come. Then came Calrian, the hooded figure who had watched from afar. He brought the party into a pocket dimension and revealed he works for a secretive order named the Umbral Sigil, who are devoted to protecting the balance between magic and the natural world. He gave them a warning that their work had only just begun. The party returned to Whistlestone changed, with a fair few hundred freed prisoners at their back and the world watching. But peace is never without a price, as on their journey back, an arrow struck the cart on the road. A message. Not addressed to anyone in particular, but one member of the party knew its meaning. The message did not speak of their victory, but of a past. And now, as dawn breaks over the road to Dustport, the next chapter of our adventure begins. Are we ready, folks?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Maybe.
Good.
No, I'm not. Thank you.
The free city of Zenithal never sleeps. It is a place of marble towers and choked alleys, gilded sky bridges and soot-stained stone. Skyships hum through the clouds like sharks in water, ferrying nobles, soldiers, and secrets alike. Below, steam hisses from grates. The clamour of hammer and gear echo from the underfoundries, and the scent of incense, oil, and ambition fill the air. On the upper tier, far above the choking masses, lies the Obsidian Quarter, a spire-ringed district built for the elite. It's here, within the black glass walls of a fortress-like estate known as Beltthorn Hall, that the Ironshade Consortium makes its decisions. And it's here we find High Executor Melric Rune. The room is cavernous, a chamber like a war room, more like a war room than an office. Dim light spills through narrow hexagonal windows, cut high into the basalt walls. Aether lamps glow along the seams of the ceiling, humming softly. The desk at the centre is immense, carved from obsidian and veined with pulsing aether circuitry. Part furniture, part machinery. Paperwork and arcane relays flicker with every shifting glyph. Melric Rune stands at its edge, back straight, hands folded behind him. He is tall, draped in a high-collared coat of black and crimson. His face is sharp, angular, eyes sunken and still like dark waters without a ripple. Single sigil, the crimson mark of Ironshade, is etched in silver over his heart. A knock breaks the silence. The door opens, and a messenger, breathing hard, steps in. A younger officer in light aether-forged armour. He bows low, then speaks with trembling urgency. Sir, Blackfall Quarry has fallen. The foreman dead, the site compromised. 400 captives, all of the captives gone. There are whispers, survivors that speak of a group, adventurers of liberators. Melric does not speak. He moves slowly to the wall behind his desk and presses a panel, and a section slides open, revealing a massive map. The known provinces of the continent of Soltharan, marked with runes and aether-flowing threads. Red sigils bloom across it like bleeding wounds. His eyes flick towards the Stormward province, where a small pin glows faintly near Whistlestone. A moment passes. He doesn't rage, he doesn't shout. He simply says, calm and cold, "So, they've made themselves known." Then, turning back to the officer, "Send word to every node. Zenithal, Duskport, Emberdeep. I want the names, the faces, and the origin of every soul involved. No more shadows. Whoever is behind this," his finger closes to a fist, "bring them to me."
Ooh.
3 days have passed since you all left the grateful town of Whistlestone.
Okay.
We're back, baby!
That's what I call a dramatic entrance.
That's how we start. We start the session with a threat.
Ah,
Damn.
yes. 3 days have passed since you left the grateful town of Whistlestone behind. The road has taken you across the broad and ever-changing landscapes of the Stormward province, a stretch of wild beauty and buried history that borders the edge of the known world. Stormward is a place where legends linger in the trees and ancient watchtowers crumble beneath ivy and time. It is the last true frontier of Soltharan, vast and full of stories half remembered in song and superstition. Once it was the home of proud clans and forgotten kingdoms. Now it's a place of wind-scoured highlands, sleepy hamlets, and ruined keeps swallowed by the land. The skies here are often cloaked in low silver clouds, and the breeze carries the scent of pine, wet stone, and the ever-present whisper of approaching storms. Your wagon creaks along the old ember trail and even an uneven road carved through the rolling moorland and thick cluster of birch trees. To your left, green hills climb towards jagged peaks, their tops still dusted with snow despite the season. To your right, the land slopes into a patchwork of farmland and forgotten ruins veiled in the soft morning. The wheels bump over cobblestones as the cart rolls steadily forward. 400 or so freed souls lie behind you. A fragile peace. For now, though, it's just the quiet company of your companions. The distant cry of hawks on the wind and the steady rhythm of hooves on packed earth. As the camera pans in this scene, we see Yeril, that's at the front of the cart, with Coric, Octavius, Peanut, and Ulrich in the back. Up ahead, Yeril, nestled next to the sleepy forest of Esselnir, sits your next destination. A small village built around a river bend with a withered tree known in local legend as the Waking Thorn. Ahead of you lies Meadowvale. You're told that it's a resting post, a quiet way stop before the final leg of your journey to Dustport. But you still have some time left before you arrive. So, it's been 3 days of travel. You guys have spent that time mostly on the road, stopping briefly, most nights to set up camp and bed down to get some rest. Has anybody been working on anything the last 3 days? Has anybody been doing anything in particular?
Yeril's not been really working on anything, just sort of doing her usual sort of nightly and morning prayers to Sirenita, just sort of for guidance and to keep watch over her and her friends. But she'll also sort of, out the corner of her eyes, will always be watching and looking for any followers, anybody that looks out of place, again with that sense of paranoia that she is being watched, she is being followed, and she's just desperate to try and keep an eye out for anything that she may see. Any hints, any notes, any messages that were left for her, like in Whistlestone, just keeping an eye out and keeping vigilant and trying not to show her paranoia, but I imagine she'll probably slip up a few times.
Even though you're keeping a careful watch on the horizon, there is nothing to cause you any concern over the last 3 days. Though your paranoia does sit quite deeply. Good reason, Geralt. There's nothing to cause you any concern at the moment. Or so it seems.
Just getting all the threats tonight, aren't we?
You're fine.
I will remind you, you all wanted this.
I mean, yeah, but
It's first session in, my dude. So I'll just have cuddles and coffee, you know. Like, let's just calm down for a second.
Fuck no.
Okay, so she's just gonna do her usual things, but just be vigilant for any kind of any strangeness that's like what the old tactics may be, kind of thing. So she's not looking out for everything, but the old tactics of what may have been used in the past.
Okay. No problem at all. What about the rest of you?
So, well, on the one hand, there's Cyril taking care of the precautions of the party. On the other, there's Octavius. He doesn't care about his surroundings at the moment, as he's trying to figure out how the hell does the assassin dagger in his wrist work properly. You can see his fingers being band-aided, a little bit of his hand as well, just wrapping band-aids, as he's been trying to figure it out for the past 3 days on how to hold it perfectly so it doesn't slash his wrist and bleed out.
Excellent. Love that.
With his second hand, he would definitely be writing already certain stories and folk tales about the adventures that the party had together.
Okay.
Rather than writing them about Octavius, Gerald, Peanut, Ulrich, and Ulrich, he's writing about a nameless group of adventurers who have been going around saving people from a very horrible company, taking down gnolls left and right, and saving a town which seems to be unnamed, with certain drawings and doodles here and there, so that he may have some small stories to tell when he comes home.
Okay. I would say that over the last 3 days, you will have quite easily written those letters. Though you'll have had no means to be able to get them out to their destination as yet, you have confidence that whether it's Meadowvale or when you arrive in Dustport, you'll find the means to be able to send. Excellent. Correct, Peanut, what are you guys doing?
Corric's going to have been taking every opportunity he can to play around with his new arm still.
Okay.
So every time he gets a quiet moment, he'll have kind of set up a makeshift workstation, just put kind of a blanket down and his tools, and just kind of, he's wanting to get the dexterity of it just right, because really he wants to be able to tinker with it, and it's not quite there yet. So he's just been kind of honing it in, dialing everything in just to sort of get it so he can kind of use it better with kind of small, things, a little bit more kind of control. And he'll also have been kind of looking over the blueprints more just to sort of understand kind of how it works and come up with little ideas about, potential things that he might eventually want to, upgrade, and how he can go about doing things like that and stuff. So that'll have been most of what he's been spending his time doing.
Okay, excellent. And Peanut, what have you been doing?
So Peanut would have probably spent most of the time trying to learn how to play the bagpipes a little better. Yeah. Also, while trying to convince Cheese to sleep in his makeshift bed that she made him, because she's very upset about that. She's been training him to make sure he gets inside Ulrich's sock, basically.
Yeah. And
that's really upsetting her. And also, I will say that she will be trying and sitting to get back into that dreamlike state where she met Vixandra many, many times. She's been trying to do that by doing her little creepy counting down from 100.
Excellent. Perfect. So, I will say, Coric, you, with the things that with your tinkering, you are getting more accustomed to the art. You, as the couple of days go on and you're spending more and more time with it, you are becoming very familiar with it, and the way the mechanisms work and everything, you're kind of becoming quite attuned to it. Peanut, the training, it goes as well as you might expect. I think by day 3, especially last night, I definitely think Cheese will start at this point to, and at the end of the evening, go very reluctantly into Ulrich's sock and sleep. However, you did wake up this morning to find that Peanut was asleep next to it, though very much just to appease you, it went in until it probably noticed that you were asleep as well and just jumped out of the thing.
What a dick.
In terms of the dreamlike state, I think that you have had varied success. For the most part, the first couple of days, it eluded you. So, towards the end of the evening last night, as you got down towards 1, you felt yourself kind of stepping away from yourself into that dreamlike state, but it was only a half step. There was still a little bit of mastery there that was eluding you. The half step brought excitement and achievement, and in that achievement and excitement, you just weren't concentrating and it just fizzled out, but the thread was there. You're gaining proficiency in this state. You feel like your efforts have not gone for naught.
Yay.
As you all continue down this path and the cart rolls down a small ridge into a shallow valley, the mist here clings low to the ground, curling around the wheels and the hooves of the horse. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've just like ghostly tendrils. Jesus Christ. My notes went down to the bottom of the page. I was like, no.
Ghostly
However,
tendrils, help!
Yerrol, up ahead, you see parked at the edge of the trail sits a modest but unusual caravan of 3 brightly painted wagons. Each one seems to be adorned with colourful cloth banners, glimmering wind chimes, and etched wooden panels covered in symbols of stars, eyes, and entwined serpents. The wagons form a rough semicircle off the path, and you see a small campfire smouldering between them. Around
She's just gonna. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No.
No,
Go
she's
ahead.
just gonna turn around to Peanut and say, "Peanut, this. Come up here for a second. Does this look? Is this the circus you were part of?"
Do I recognize you?
It is not the circus that
Oh,
you.
fuck.
It is not. That would be a
was
That
an
would be a
interesting
wild
reaction.
way to start this arc. Like
I would have shit myself.
20
I'm not ready for
minutes in, I'm
that.
like, there you go. No, that's a wild
How do
way.
you like the circus?
Yeah. Is it so? It's not just. Does it look like a circus, or is it a different kind of thing?
I mean, it's very pretty, but
No,
I don't. I mean, if you think that they were going to be baddies, why would they have brightly colored things?
but that's
know.
true. That's true. And the side is so beautifully carved and decorated.
Yeah.
It would be strange.
Yeah, maybe we can make some friends.
Maybe.
I
Yerrol,
could give them jelly beans.
make me a perception check, please.
Both of us, or
Yerrol, with you being at the front of the cart, Peanut, if you want to also roll one as your attention has been brought to the caravan, by all means.
it's not good at all.
Perception.
Concept no.
14.
14?
Ah.
And you, Yerrol?
My character sheet has frozen. Sorry, over 2 seconds.
You're right.
Perception.
Like that.
12.
12. Okay, that's enough from both of you. That's perfect. Around the fire, you both see there is a small mix of people, 5 to be exact. They're dressed in long travel robes, cloaks, and layers of patchwork garments, each bearing intricate embroidery, glass charms that clink softly with the wind. A pair of them are tending over a pot over the fire. Another sits cross-legged and is carefully painting a swirling constellation on what seems to be a child's toy. A tall figure in a wide-brimmed hat leans lazily against the nearest wagon to the cart path, watching you as you approach with patient, unreadable expression. They seem to be a nomadic group.
Will we pass them as the way we're going, or would we have to go out of our way to go to them?
No, they're literally just off the same path that you're on. They're just off to one side.
Should we stop, say hello? see if they need anything. Any
Yeah.
help?
Yeah. We can do that. Just say hi.
Wait, do those people really need anything?
They're off to the side. We could always just check, make sure that they're okay before we carry on.
We're
Yeah.
heroes, after all.
I know, exactly.
Ah, sure.
But I didn't mean you, but...
Okay.
Thank
We're
you. I
all-
didn't mean you either.
We're all now, none of that. We're all heroes, okay? Both of you are equally as heroic as the next. I don't want to hear any squabbling, okay?
Yes, we're all heroes except Peanut. Hey, we're all
No, we're
heroes.
all Octavius.
I'm
We're
gonna
all
kill him.
heroes.
Sure.
I pull out my
okay?
shovel.
No, no,
I'll
put
pull
the
out my
shovel
bloody hand.
down. Put down. Let's. Wait, come on now. I would make you.
We're starting off perfectly today,
I
aren't
will
we?
turn this cart around. We'll go back to Whistlestone. There'll be no adventuring. I've got very Italian or Spanish for some reason.
Right now.
I know where
I'm
you're
a little
going.
hungry. I don't know where my accent is going.
As you draw closer, the tall figure steps forward and lifts a hand in greeting, and a small smile cracks across their face. They seem welcoming. As you hear, "Well met, travellers. I'd wager we don't see many coming out of Stormward's wilds this time of year, but perhaps we were meant to cross paths. How are you all?"
What did he say?
It's like-
That's not the accent I thought I was going to come out with, but
I
it
know.
caught me off guard there.
Yep.
I love that Peanut and me is the only thing we can agree on. Like, what is
Well,
And money.
Their voice is smooth and melodic with a strange cadence, like
Very
someone
strange.
who is used to speaking in riddles or poetry. There you go.
Greetings, friends. We have just we're making our way through, and we just wanted to check you are well. You're not broken down. You're not in need of any help or assistance of anything.
Oh, no help needed here, but by all means, pull the cart over. We're about to have breakfast. You're more than welcome to join us.
Oh well, I mean that's very kind of you. I mean, I'll turn to the rest. I'm sure we could all have some breakfast. Does everybody want to eat something?
You understand that?
You're just going to turn back around and go, yes, we'd be most benefited and blessed to join you in your breakfast. Thank you very much. And she's going to pull the cart and pull Maisie alongside to a safe distance.
Easily done. You do so, and you all get off the carts as you see this individual walking towards you, and he says, "Well met. I have to say, we don't see many people on that path, especially not of late."
Well, we've just come from Whistlestone. I don't know if you have
Oh, I know it
managed
well.
to...
Yeah,
fantastic.
our path has sent us through Whistlestone many a time.
Oh, fantastic. It is a glorious town, and we have made some very fast friends there, and we have left it in a very happier place than when we first came. So we're just on our travels to see what happens next. How about yourself? Have you come through? Are you going back that way? Where have you come from?
Oh no, our journey's heading off to Meadowvale, but we are a little bit hesitant. Anyway, as you kind of look round, let me kind of describe the 5 individuals that you see. So
Okay.
the individual in front of you is a burly human male individual in their 40s with a salt and pepper beard. He wears a patchwork leather coat with a thick wool scarf. He smells of cloves and old smoke. He seems jolly. Sitting by the fire, you see 2 other individuals. You see an elven lady who is tall, with silver hair that seems to float as if it were underwater. They are wearing indigo robes lined with star map sigils and constellations on the inside of this robe. They are wearing a circlet tarnished with various small little garnets and what have you on this circlet. That's opposite to this elven individual is something that strikes you a little bit odd, as it is a very small individual. Feathers dark with soot, with a streak of violet across their neck. They wear dozens of little silver bells that chime and ring gently as they move. You see a small Kenku that is sat at the fire. You also see tending to one of the horses is a halfling lady in their late 20s, fiery red hair that's tied up with quills and beads. They have an apron on that seems to have vials of different things on their apron, with a book that seems to be strapped across their chest like a bandolier. And sat painting the small toy is a dwarven individual. They seem tall for a dwarf, though. They have a braided beard that seems to be tied with some stone runes. They're wearing a plated half armor, and they have a very strange weapon when looking at it. It looks to be an old torch that has had an axe head kind of rammed onto the top of it. You can still see some of the fabric of like burnt fabric where the axe head kind of sits on this torch. Looks to be a weapon that they fashioned themselves. Well, make yourselves at home, comfortable. We're making breakfast. We've got some nice, lovely tomatoes. We've got some potatoes, some bacon, and sausages on the grill there.
That I understood.
Yes, thank you, Octavius. That's very...
Sorry, it took me a while, but yeah, I got sausages.
They're very hungry. It's been a long journey so far. No, but thank you for your hospitality. It is most grateful and welcomed. It's been a lonesome journey, even with just ourselves. It's difficult to always see other people on the road that are so welcoming and so kind.
Oh, well, it's our way. We are a small band. We call ourselves the Star Callers. See, we are just a band of people who, well, we are seekers of alignment, readers of fate and the like. We often... Pretty much fucking hippies, dude. Yeah, that is exactly what they do. We are a small nomadic group of wandering, like, mystics and performers and herbalists and astronomers. And, we travel village to village and offer our services in exchange for food and shelter and stories. We don't really go to big cities. We like to keep ourselves out in the wilds, but we are part of the old ways.
So do you go to town just
that is our way, yeah. We travel around the regions and we stop in at villages here and there.
Oh, how very nice.
So you meet quite a lot of people, don't you?
Yeah, we do, and we like to treat everyone as we would like to be treated.
Oh, that is quite wonderful.
His accent has changed because it's a little bit easier for me to settle into this accent.
I finally understand him, yeah. It's weird. But just out of curiosity, have you perhaps met anyone with the name of Fawn before?
Not that I know of, no. It's only the once one, actually.
Wow, he talks a lot. Hey, I have a question. Wait, me. Hi. And I follow him.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. You said that you're performers. What do you perform?
Oh, like we read the stars and we read people's fates in the stars and the constellations and we give fortunes.
Voodoo.
Wait, you can read people's fates?
Oh, I can't. No, that's not my job. But, Alrena there, she's pretty good at it. Oh, dear, my manners. Apologies. My name is Branrick. Branrick Hearthrow.
Okay, that's nice. What was the lady's name?
Could you say that again, please?
Alrena.
Alrena.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Right. Rena, I'll go speak to her.
Buy me dinner first.
So, where are you guys heading?
Well, we're just following the road. We might be heading to Dustport, but we're sort of seeing where the road takes us, seeing where we are. My apologies, my friend here was just very excited. That my name is Yarrow. This is Peanut, Octavius, Korik, and Ulrich. We are all traveling on together. It's very lovely to meet you all. Thank you very much for hosting us. It is most kind of you, and you seem to have a very lovely little troop here, and I'm very interested that you have a life on the road. How long have you been doing this?
Well, it's our pleasure. It's lovely to meet you all. As I say, my name is Branrick. That there is Alrina. The small one there is Miley. Zivra is by the horse there, and then you've also got Galrim. He's sat there painting that toy. We've been at this now for years. You know, people join our troop and leave when it's their time.
Oh, it sounds like a lovely little life to be seeing so many new things and moving around. I know a lot of us have had our times of moving around to seeing new places, new people, new cities and towns, and it can be very exciting. It's such a rich tapestry of all the different sights and sounds and people.
Yes,
But,
well, like I said, it is our way. It is our way. And, you know, it strikes me as odd, because the direction that you're heading is towards Meadowvale, and I have to give you a stern warning. Things aren't as they seem. We've read in the stars, you know, that something's afoot.
Yes, you did seem a bit hesitant about Meadowvale. What seems to be the trouble there? Is it a trouble you've come across, or is it something you have been told?
Well, it's not that. It's just that we saw an ill omen, you know, in the stars. And
An
we
ill
never
omen. Oh.
That's right, and we never travel on an ill omen. You see, gifted young Millie there, she saw troubling signs in the stars not 3 nights ago. Constellation apparently were linked out, and she saw a silver flame appear over Meadowvale in her dreams. Since then, we've just been a little bit hesitant to go there. So we parked up here until things settled down.
Do you know what a silver flame mostly means, or is it just a warning?
Listen, if we could tell that, then we'd be able to tell everyone. No, fortunately not. It's just an ill omen by our means, so we don't move any further until the omen has passed.
How long until the omen passes, normally?
Well, that is the question, isn't it? We cannot fix the stars, we only follow where they lead. And they will lead us when it's time to be led.
Interesting.
So much. I'm going to go over to the arena.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the elf, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. He kind of sits there and almost trying to ignore your approach, it seems. Before...
Peanut, come on!
Sorry.
Peanut,
what is happening?
Hero.
remember your manners. Remember your manners.
Sorry.
Like, you don't like this a lot.
As you kind of loiter for a moment or two, she does eventually kind of turn towards you and goes, "Hello."
Hi. So my name's Peanut. What's
Hello.
your name again?
Hello, Peanuts. My name is Alrina.
Okay, so the guy did say it right. Okay. He told me that you can read stuff in the sky.
When it is time to read things, yes, I can.
Okay. But can you can tell people's fate?
Sometimes.
Can you tell mine?
When the stars are out, maybe.
Okay, and I just sit cross-legged in front of her.
Are you going to wait for the
Wait.
stars?
Yeah.
Okay. Realize that will be all day.
Hmm?
Do we have much of a choice in this matter?
Is the little Kenku about?
Yeah.
What's the Kenku's name?
Miley?
Oh, hey Miley.
Yes?
Miley. Oh fuck me. That's what Hannah Montana's doing nowadays. Jesus, all right. Okay.
It's worse than a bangers era.
What are you doing? You wanna come sit with me?
In almost perfect mimicry, they copy your voice
Go on.
and go.
I can't wait to hear this.
One
I can't wait to hear this.
I don't think I can. I'm gonna make Peanut sounds like Gollum.
Do it.
Okay. Say a line as Peanut.
Hi everybody, my name is Peanut and I like jelly beans.
You see, no, I can't do it. Most they say I can't do it. I can't do it, dude. It's a talent.
It was there.
I can't. If I do it, I can't do it like in the front of my mouth like you do. Mine has to
It's
go
in the
towards the
back.
back. I don't have to.
That's where
I'll
it
have
is.
to speak like Gollum, and it wouldn't come out
That's
like that.
basically it. That's it.
You see,
Just-
Miley
just
turns and goes,
Down a couple of tons.
Most walk forward, we walk upward, and in doing so, see
Okay, now-
farther. You see, it goes Gollum. I can't do it.
A little bit. It's like very riddles. Isn't
Yeah,
it? Just very
It
riddles.
is a
Couple of
specialty
tons.
only Peanut
It
has.
is.
Just needs to come down a couple of tons, and then it's not that far off. You're just doing it a bit too high. That's all.
I can't do it, Laura.
Now you
Now
sound like
it is
Snape.
Gollum.
Yeah.
Like Snape and Gollum.
Okay.
Gross.
Mr. Weasley.
Yeah.
Now I have a machine gun. Oh.
It's the mashup we never knew we needed.
And you have it. And apologies for those at home. This is this is your regular scheduled broadcast of this. But yes, the
Nonsense? We
Kenku,
don't do nonsense, never.
the
Yeah.
Kenku says most walk forward, we walk upward, and in doing so, see farther.
It's so impressive.
You hear
One more.
you hear Alrina turn and go, I do apologize. Miley often sees people's fates, but only in soup.
In soup. Is there any soup about? Is it ready?
Unfortunately not. We are cooking breakfast. You're more than welcome to have a plate if you're hungry.
Never had breakfast soup.
You never had those?
I love
No.
a good hearty breakfast soup.
Chunky. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to sit there.
The Peanut line today are the best, I swear to God.
I'm just going to sit in front of her. And every time she goes somewhere, I'm just going to follow her.
She's quite determined, you know?
Okay, you do so.
Okay.
What's everyone else wants to do? Octavius, Corrick, what are you guys doing?
I got a bad feeling about it. I don't know why. Just like a hunch, kind of.
Okay.
I don't know. Octavius never liked fortune tellers that much. He found them more of a scam, really. So
Okay.
he just out of curiosity, he always like, what's gonna happen? Just like literally small bits of things, just every now and then, just talking to them, helping them a little bit with preparation. But at the same time, he's like trying them to do something magical, and he just doesn't believe in fortune tellers. So like he knows magic, but he doesn't believe in fortune tellers which can tell the future. It's just like yeah.
Yeah. Okay, if somebody did a card trick, you'd be absolutely astonished and be sold, but somebody reading
can
tea
do a
leaves,
card
it's not for
trick.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, no problem. Corrick, what are you doing?
Corrick's going to be enjoying some breakfast, and he's going to sit by Yerrel and say, so it sounds like there's some problems going on in Meadowvale.
Yes.
Do you reckon we want to get there quick and, do the things that we do?
I mean, it wouldn't be terrible to go and have a look and see what's going on if we can help them out. And if there's a problem we can fix, I mean, it would be silly to not go and try.
Yeah,
True,
no,
but at the same time, if they think they can outweigh the problem, I think one day is not gonna kill us.
But
depends what the problem is, doesn't
exactly, if there's lots of things going on and people are getting hurt, the more we sit here, the more people are getting hurt.
it?
I mean, if they're staying here, they're staying here. We can always come back to them and let them know that it's safe for them to go through.
Yeah, no,
True.
I'll be honest. These guys are a bit annoying, aren't they?
I don't know which language they speak, if it's Sylvan or Dwarvish or whatever, but it just sometimes I just hear sausage and everything else is just muffled. Like, it's very weird to actually listen to him. Like one guy, he said like, "What is it?" And I had no idea what he wants from me.
They seem a very nice bunch. They're giving us hospitality. They, you know, they're
Oh, no, they're nice, but they're just a bit chipper, aren't they?
Yeah,
There's
That's
nothing wrong
weird.
with being chipper. I mean, everything that we've been through recently, it's nice to have a bit of chipperness to keep us going. Do you not think?
I don't know. I quite like a healthy bit of cynicism myself.
Well, yes, I thought you might say that. But
Yeah.
so she's going to go to I've forgotten his name now. The person who had
Branrick?
welcomed us,
No,
Broderick,
Brenrick.
Bradrick.
Branrick.
Branrick. Oh,
Branrick.
Bran. Let's just call him Bran.
Bran. Okay. Yeah, I was going to
Bran
go up
Richard.
to Bran and just say, so this issue that you're foretelling in Meadowvale, we were thinking maybe we might go ahead, sort of see what the situation is.
All right.
Hopefully, try and sort the situation if we can, and maybe we can come back and let you know that all is free to travel through if you wish to go to Meadowvale.
Oh, well, that'd be fantastic. But if you do end up solving the problem, we'll probably see it in the stars anyway, so no need to come back and let us know.
Are you sure? We didn't want you to yeah, I was just gonna be like shush.
Shut the fuck up.
Shush. Grown-ups are talking. Well, you know, I understand that obviously we just want to make sure that you know then that it is safe, just so that it's gonna be very delicate how she says this, isn't it? So the wires don't get crossed with the stars. I mean, you know, we want to tell you in person that it will be safe.
Oh, my friend, the stars do not lie. We've been reading them for enough time now to know falsehoods against any other. So if you do end up that way, then all the luck, and I hope your journey is fruitful. Now, and you see plates are being collected. You've all enjoyed a very hearty breakfast. Peanut, you have noticed that as Alrina gets up a couple of times and notices you follow her, eventually just ends up just sat down, and you just sit in very uncomfortable silence for the remainder of this time.
I'm not uncomfortable.
I mean, she definitely is.
That's not my problem.
But you finish your breakfast. Is there anything anybody else would like to go before? Anything anybody else would like to do before you go?
I want to go up to the dwarven guy.
Okay. Yeah.
What was his name again?
Galrim.
Galram. And he was the one painting the toy, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to go up to him, but I'm going to like do like this to Arena.
Okay.
So
She
knows that
just
I'm
kind of
going
furls her eyebrows a little bit.
Yeah,
and
we're just gonna turn around. Are you
shakes-
threatening people again, Pedna?
No,
she
Yeah,
just-
really, we talked
No,
about
Shakes her
this.
back. No, I'm not.
She's not. She's not. And
I'm
he's
not.
like, she's not. Go, go, go.
And I like stomp off kind of in a bad mood. I'm not doing anything bad. And I stomp off.
It.
And I will go up to the guy. What is he currently doing?
You see that he is currently sharpening his axe. As he notices you walk up and he goes, all right,
Hi, I'm Peanut.
Galrim.
Cool. I seen that you were painting something.
Yeah,
What was it?
toy.
Or who?
Someone that
I like
needs a
this guy.
toy.
I know that, but is it someone special?
No. You want the toy?
Yeah.
Oh, you must be special. Yeah. And he
Yeah.
he literally hands over this kind of like little wooden carved, only small, but it's a unicorn.
Oh
that's
shit!
been-
Yeah.
That's got like little tiny stars and constellations that have just been painted on. It's been painted blue as a base color, and then like little silvered flecks like make it just entirely looking like constellations. It just hands it over and goes, "There you go."
So cool. I hand him a gold piece.
I don't need that.
Okay. Take
You
it
do commission, my dear friend.
back.
There we go.
No.
Yeah.
just kind of do it for
Guy.
fun,
Oh, that's
pass
cute.
the time, you know.
That's very nice. See, could you actually do one more?
No,
Someone special?
no.
Special. I'm special. He give it to me because I'm special.
Sure. That's what happened.
Asshole.
These
I'll go
NPCs
tell
are so
Mom.
these NPCs are so basic. I love
Um, I can read you a poem if you like.
I have poems.
Yeah.
That's definitely Octavius's thing. If they're really long, he loves them so much. Like make them really long. They're his favorite thing to do. Have fun. He really likes things about love. Especially about like rainbows and stuff. Like everything happy he loves. But also if you talk about unicorns a lot, his favorite thing. Goodbye.
Go ahead and roll me a deception check, please.
And he's like standing there, literally next to him, and he's like the entire time like, I'm gonna kill you.
This is what you get for ruining my session. Here's my deception. Oh, my deception! I have +7. 27.
Excellent. As you walk away, you see that Galrum's head just
26, sorry.
turns slowly towards you, Octavius. He goes, "You're a strange fella." Like in,
I just laugh and like, walk away.
you know, like
Thank you.
in rainbows and stuff. It's a bit.
I
strange.
know, it's not really for me. It's for someone special other than me.
It's
That was a gift.
That you wait. You like them for someone special. That's nice. You did say you like things about love and stuff. You in love?
No. Used to, but no.
Lion. He's lying.
Okay.
Can I throw a magazine at Can I just throw this ball in?
magic missile? No.
Catapult!
Pinheiro just sort of see what's going on and be like, so sorry. Thank you so much for your time. We would love to hear more, but we've got to get on the road. I'm very
Absolutely.
sorry.
Wait.
And
You still need to
Octavius,
tell me a poem.
you feel this heavy
I knew it.
heavy dwarven hand just get placed on your shoulder as Galrim stands and kind of pulls you down to his height and just looks you dead in the eyes, about maybe half a foot his face from yours, and goes, "We watch the skies for fallen truth, guard the dark with flames uncouth, but silence here that speaks loud. Stars are veiled behind a cloud." And then let's
Sorry,
go.
could you repeat?
let's-
Could you
Amazing.
repeat it?
That's lovely.
He literally goes, we watch the skies for fallen truth and guard the dark with flames uncouth. But the silence here that speaks too loud, the stars are veiled behind a cloud.
Could you say it one more time?
No. And just like takes his hand off your shoulder, sits down, picks his axe up and goes, "Remember that."
didn't write it, though.
Yero's just gonna sort of be like rolling everybody up, like being like, "Thank you so much. That was beautiful, very evocative. All the atmospheric, lovely, very good." Right, let's come on now. We've
Oh, no.
we've annoyed these people enough now.
But
There's
we
only
need
so
to
many
wait
times.
for the stars.
You
She's
hear
gonna tell me.
We
you
can't
hear-
wait all day.
You hear the Kenku mimic your accent and your voice perfectly, Yerrol. And they go, the ley
Sorry,
lines
can we
out.
hear? Can we hear that? Can we
No,
hear that?
we
please?
can't. No. As they
It's
say,
posh, man. It's just posh.
the ley lines out here, wibbly wobbly, like energetically constipated. Something's bunching the weave,
Soup.
and then just kind of ruffles the feathers a little bit, and like these jingles of these bells, and then they just kind of go and wave at you, and then just kind of get back to doing what they were doing.
I want those bells.
She's sort of gonna stop and like take that in, and then in Arako, she's just gonna say, because she doesn't understand, she's just gonna say and be like, "Thank you, peace be with you. I like your bells," and then just keep moving.
I like your bells.
Hey. Is there anything else anybody would like to do before you get back on the cart and head down off in the direction of Meadowvale?
I'll ask for a sausage.
Of course you will.
You've already had
We've
breakfast.
just eaten.
I know.
You want more sausage?
We'll have a second breakfast.
Unfortunately, you have had breakfast. And when you were eating, you could see that they hadn't started to make any more food than they had previously. And it seemed what they had done is just split what they'd currently made for the 5 of them between the 5 of you as well.
Oh,
Damn. Okay, that's very nice of them.
So
Yeah,
they didn't like just cook extra food. They just split whatever they were eating with you as well to give you some food.
It is so nice of them. Then I'm just going to, as we're leaving, just in a small pouch, I would just leave him a small pouch of 5 gold, just for the stuff.
Okay.
It's on there, not giving it to them, but just like leaving it there.
Okay, no problem. You do so. You all head back towards the cart. The travelers wish you well, all wave you off as you set off down the road towards Meadowvale.
I'll be doesn't mind if I'm there.
I'm just doing this off the back of the car.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like, guys, we've really got to work on our social workings. 'Cause that was abysmal. To say
And
the very least.
I'll say in Yero's voice,
Okay.
I know. And just like, see, it ain't that fucking hard.
So, you continue on. As travel, the road continues, and before long, see that light is beaming across the storm-walled countryside. Your cart rattles along the final stretch of the dirt road, and ahead, nestled in the crook of 2 hills and flanked by a row of wheat fields with a small brook running, lies the village of Meadowvale. A picture of rural serenity. Children laugh as they chase one another between fences. A baker wipes flour from her apron and waves from a storefront as you approach. A cow lazily chews cud in the shadow of a windmill. Lanterns are being lit along the cobbled streets in preparation for the afternoon and evening, and smoke curls lazily from windswept chimneys. The scent of freshly baked bread and roasting meats drifts through the air, and you are greeted like expected travellers. A pair of curious young teens run ahead while an elderly man offers a toothless grin and goes, "You'll find a hot meal and a bed waiting at the Whispering Tankard," and waves on at you. It's peaceful. Safe. It feels like nothing has gone wrong here in 100 years.
So did Whistlestone. Whitestone. Whistlestone? No.
You see,
Yeah.
as you enter the town, there is a small wooden sign that creaks in the breeze, and upon it says, "Welcome to Meadowvale, where good things grow." And as you roll in, a wave from a local catches your attention. You see a halfling man, about mid-50s. You see he's wearing a worn apron that's covered in flour with a sprig of lavender tucked behind one ear. He's carrying a basket of pastries, it seems, with a jar of honey nestled next on the tray. He's a little round, quite a portly gentleman, and you see that there is a warm smile that nestles across his face as he welcomes you in. "Well now, travellers on the wind, come, don't be shy. You have the look of folk who've seen a road or two. And you're just in time. I've got a fresh batch of blackberry buns cooling, and I won't take no for an answer."
If anyone touches anything, Yerl is just going to stand in front of everybody and just say, "Oh, that's very kind of you, but I understand that there's you've been having some troubles lately in your town, and is there any way we can help?"
Oh,
Insight check.
Oh, yeah.
you want to insight check Yerl?
The little man,
should
because
really
I'm not going to take no to an answer, really just like tick them off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Insight
that
check.
was like that was a take. That was like
Oh.
Interesting offer. Counter offer, insight.
Okay, insight check.
18.
18. Is not trying to deceive you. He's not trying to trick you. He's just offering you fresh baked goods. He is warm and welcoming. He is a happy man, and he's just being generous. In response to your question, Yerel, he goes, "Trouble? Not here. We haven't seen trouble for years. No bad things happen here, I can assure you of that. Come.
Rusty jugglers.
You seem like you've seen some travels. Why don't you come with me and I'll show you where the tavern is."
Yes, that would be very kind. Thank you very much. We are new here, so we'd appreciate the hospitality and the guidance around the town. I also imagine the fact the music is getting heightened means we're about to go down. So
absolutely
oh,
not.
No,
I just changed it very quickly. I was like,
building to a crescendo. I feel like we should get our weapons and get ready.
It's like, Jesus Christ, this just got a bit intense, didn't it?
And it's real quick. It was just
Like, I was supposed to be relaxing.
guns and now it's all going
There we
on.
go. So, you pull the cart off to a hitching post to the side, and you see that this halfling individual kind of walks alongside the cart and goes, "So, where are you heading?"
We were possibly looking to head on our way towards Duskport, but we wanted to stop by along the way because we'd heard that there were some troubles, or that it wasn't safe to come through here, but it seems to be okay.
I don't know who's told you that, but there's been no trouble here for years. Take a look around. Does it look like there's anything going on here?
Well, no, but...
Well, Duskport, you say? Well, stars above, isn't that a little bit of fate at play? I have an old friend there, a spice merchant by the name of Helena Doran.
Oh.
Yeah, she's as stubborn as she is sweet. I promised I'd write her soon, actually. Tell her about this new honey lavender blend I've concocted. Makes for the softest shortbread you've ever tasted. But I've been kind of dragging my heels, you know. You know how it is.
Just life getting in the way of writing and things like that. Yes, I understand.
I tell you what, though, if you are heading that way, and if it's not too much trouble, I'll put pen to paper this evening, and if you stop by my cottage in the morning, I'll have the letter all sealed up for you, and if that's, you know, not just that, I'll have some proper breakfast waiting for you. No one should travel south without a belly full of good food, good cheer, and fresh muffins. Blueberry this time, my finest, I promise.
That's very kind of you. I mean, we'd happily deliver your letter and take that along, seeing as we are on our way, but your hospitality is most kind. We'd be incredibly grateful for a breakfast before we continue.
Absolutely. We are the best in sending in post.
Wonderful. Well, just by a show of hands, has anyone been to Meadowvale before? No hand goes up.
I remember.
No.
Well, allow me to give you the tour. Oh, apologies. My name is Marvin Tallowtree.
Marvin, it's very lovely to meet you. My name is Yerel. This is Peanuts, Octavius, Corric, and Oric. We are all friends. We've come from Whistlestone, and we're just traveling through.
Princess Peanut.
Princess Peanut. Yes, Princess Peanut.
You see, he gives a long bow and goes, "Your Highness, welcome to Meadowvale."
Yep, I still have my crown on.
That's not...
Meadowvale is a small, idyllic farming village. It has a population of around 200. It's clean, vibrant. It is quietly self-sufficient. Everyone seems polite, friendly, welcoming even. You see that as you all disembark from the cart and gather up what belongings you believe you need for the day and the evening, you are handed some nice fresh pastries by Marvin. And he kind of turns and goes, "Well, let me walk you around. There's, it's a small village, but we have all the amenities that you might expect. Over there, you would see the Whispering Tankard. That's the village inn. Has, you Here, over this way, you've got the market green. That's where most traders and entertainers sometimes pass through and set up shop for the day. We have a modest but small temple to Eos. That's towards the back of the village, and yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
It seems like a very lovely town. Very very quaint, very sweet. We don't come across those a lot in in my travels very much. It seems the bigger cities always are very loud and too much is going on. This seems very lovely and quiet and easy to be around. So thank you very much for introducing.
Well, we do what we can. We love where we live and we respect it. We respect each other, we respect where we live, and we take care of each other and the things that we have and the places that we kind of reside in.
Well,
I have a
that's
question.
lovely. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Your Highness, of course.
So you said that you care and stuff. And it's quite a small town. Do you have a graveyard?
We have our own ways here. It's not so much a graveyard, but we do have somewhere where we put people to rest, yes.
Where is it and what's it called?
We usually we send people off into the forest nearby. At the end of their life, we send them into the forest.
In the
Essel,
forest.
the forest of Esselnir, yes. It's an ancient and old forest, and we believe that it's a hallowed place where the spirits can live on.
I'm so sorry to jump in, but do you mean that after they are gone, you take them there and bury them there, or
That's
they walk
right.
in of their
Oh,
own?
No, that would be extremely strange. No,
Yes,
after they're...
sorry. The
Really?
way
Yeah.
you were wording it, I got very confused. I just need to clarify how that
Yeah,
happened.
scared me a
So
little.
somebody's life is no longer lived and they pass
Mhm.
on, and then we take them into the forest and
Okay.
we have our own kind of funeral for them there. Bury them
Okay.
and we plant a sapling where they're buried. And so the forest of Esselnir grows with each passing of each person from Meadowvale.
That is very considerate of people. That has to be absolutely amazing. What a ceremony. I love that. You can see him like for the first time, he's not like just shit talking, but he's actually like, oh, like that's great. Like that's
I just
super
had the idea that
nice.
everyone turns around to be like genuine
What the fuck?
sincerity.
Yeah,
from
we were like,
Octavius.
what?
Oh, shut up.
Like, okay, is he okay?
You need to respect the dead, of course.
Yeah,
It's,
I'm all
uh,
about that. That's why I asked why there was a dead, where they put their dead people. Because I
mean,
didn't see a graveyard.
It's also not like the thing you would typically ask, right?
No,
As soon
no.
Well,
as
he
you-
described all the nice things. I had to know. I wanted to know if they have a way. Because, some towns have different ways that they dispose of the bodies. Some people burn
True.
them. Some people put them in
True.
the ocean.
Mm,
Put them in the
People eat
dungeon.
them. Some people put them in the dungeon.
mhm.
Yeah, so I wanted to know where their morals sit.
Bad question, to be fair. I mean, I get where you're coming from, and
Yeah.
it susses people out quite quickly. So well done, Peanut. I'll give you that one.
What did I ask?
You asked I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay.
Well, quite
Um,
interesting.
So, where would you suggest we start first? Then the tavern, or
Well, yes, if you plan on staying the night, then the Whispering Tankard will do you well. It's just over there, and he kind of points, and that's when you see it. You see that there is a tavern, not that far from you. It's about a 2-minute walk, and yeah, there is a sign swinging gently in the breeze with the words "The Whispering Tankard." That is what swinging does. Booty slap. Yeah.
it could have just been left unsaid. You had to say it,
Yep.
didn't
Yes,
you?
I did. Yes, I did. Anyway, Marvin turns to you all and goes, well, look, I best be out about my business, but you'll find me at my cottage in the morning. And, oh, leave me 1 sec. If you just kind of, and he points down one of the roads off to the left, and he just goes, if you go down there, my house is the third one on the right.
Third one on the right. Okay, thank you very much, Marvin. We will definitely pop by in the morning to retrieve your letter, and for that lovely breakfast. So yes, thank you so much for helping us. You've been very, very kind.
Well,
Nice buns.
they are they're a delicacy here, and I pride myself on my bacon. So, yeah. Anyway, well met, and yeah, I'll see you in the morning. And he just kind of quite happily just kind of saunters off, and leaves you in the village of Meadowvale. And before we go any further, we are going to take a quick break here. We're just going to take a quick pause. We'll go grab drinks, go to the toilet, all that good stuff. So this will bring us to the end of part 1 of this episode. So, for all you at home, go get yourselves drinks, get yourselves refreshed. For all you VOD watchers, we will see you on Thursday, because this is the end of part 1, and part 2 comes out in a few days. But for all you live watchers, we'll see you in a few minutes. Take care. Goodbye.